Hey Pisces, welcome to your April 2025 monthly reading. I hope you're doing well. We're just going to go ahead and get started here and jump straight in. While I'm pulling the cards, of course, I want to announce that I am still running the sale on my personal reads. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. All right, let's take a look here, Pisces. You did pull your own card here for the reading, the moon card. So let's take a look here. And you also pulled the Nine of Swords here in your challenge. Yeah, Nine of Swords, specifically with the moon, can be uncertainty. The moon wants to really dive into things and wants to examine things on a deep level, or that's what it requires. That's what it encourages, to dive in, examine things on a deep level. The moon card is the moon, so it does deal with the subconscious, unconscious. And the Nine of Swords being here in your challenge, or just to back up for a second, the Nine of Swords being here in your challenge, I do see that you're stressed, worried, anxious, having anxiety here. Because the moon card, Nine of Swords, is uncertainty, like feeling uncertain about your path, feeling uncertain about the future, and how that causes restlessness. And frustration too. You have the Five of Wands here in your current energy, so I feel it could be frustration here that's building up. Let's pull the rest of these cards here, Pisces, and then we'll jump into your reading here. All right. Well, the future and the outcome looks good, positive here. You have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck here, which is Saturn in Pisces. The Eight of Cups is Saturn in Pisces. And so Saturn in Pisces is in your sign. And also Saturn in Pisces is really being activated this month in April. Saturn in Pisces is going to be with the North Node, because the North Node is also in Pisces. And then Uranus in Taurus is going to be making that sextile to Saturn in Pisces. So one thing I see currently in your energy here, Pisces, is that there's stress and there's built up frustration because you're wanting more clarity and decisiveness, or just for things to be more clear, to make more sense. I feel that's what's happening right now. I feel toward the middle of April, and I would say a little bit before the middle of April, I feel things start to become very clear. And no, I'm not just saying that. There's about to be a big shift for you specifically, because your ruling planet Neptune does come into Aries, or will be in Aries for April. It came into Aries on March 30th, or is coming into Aries on March 30th, whenever you're watching this. So talk about Aries is all about, it's direct, it's self-determined, it's clear, right? And it deals with initiation and action. But right now, Neptune kind of being at the last degrees, or that has been at the last degrees of Pisces in your sign, or Neptune in general has been in your sign for the past 13 years, it can feel quite confusing, because you're constantly going through this process of transcendence and having to sort of surrender the ego's way in which, like, your ego's desires, not all the time, but it's like Neptune being with the sun, with your sun, or being in your sign, could be the surrendering of having to more so surrender and spiritually seek alignment, rather than through trying to align with things only through your ego. Does that make sense? You did pull this Virgo card. It says, I analyze here. Well, the South Node is in Virgo, right? The North Node's in your sign in Pisces. And then the I analyze in Virgo energy very much connects to the Nine of Swords. Oh, this is so interesting. It connects to the Nine of Swords, because the Nine of Swords is stress, worry, anxiety, overanalyzing, right? It's a never-ending nightmare. And the Hermit itself, as your advice, is the archetype of Virgo. So Virgo deals with the specifics and having to practically reorient oneself. So I feel you're trying to come up with a plan here, and you're looking at the specifics of how you can do that. But I think here with Virgo being the card that you pulled for the month of April is where you're going to be starting to clear things up, clean things up here, and where there will be more practicality, like more practical progress with things, rather than things being messy, right? 'Cause the Neptune Pisces energy can be very messy. You pulled this first breath card. It says beginner's mind here. Well, you did pull the Page of Wands in the future. So there's something here that you're entering into, that you're going to be initiating here in the month of April. And it very much is something new, something that you haven't done before. And I don't think you need to have all the answers here. I think the Hermit has the advice says that you've obtained a lot of wisdom. Now it's time to move forward with that wisdom and practically implement it. But that Nine of Swords, the Moon, could be this energy of feeling like you need to discover more, go deeper into more, or to where you could just not feel like you have the strength or you feel ready to initiate something. But what I will say with the Page of Wands being in the future is when you're finding the strength in the initiation. I think Neptune in Aries is going to be a game changer for you, Pisces, because it is your ruling planet. And Aries is about the start of things. And it does deal with new beginnings as well, new things. I think your spiritual perception is going to change and your outlook's going to change here as well. I think when Neptune comes into Aries, it's more so really tapping into the archetype of the spiritual warrior, right? Aries is the warrior. You pulled this pleasure card here. Well, one thing I do see though in April is you being able to experience more enjoyment here, specifically around your work and your projects with the Three of Pentacles. I see you finding a lot of joy with that. All right, let's jump into your reading. You did pull the Moon card here for the overall energy. Yeah, I would say, I feel like this Moon card is actually just you, Pisces. But I do pick up with that Nine of Swords being in the challenge. The Moon, Nine of Swords energy could be stress, worry, anxiousness, because there's uncertainty and things and a lack of clarity around the future. It's hard to see the future, right? It's hard to have a grip on what the future is, and so that can create anxiety and restlessness here. And you do have the Five of Wands in your current energy. I will say, yes, the Five of Wands is about frustration and possibly anger. You could be feeling that, but I also think the Five of Wands too has a lot to deal with. Well, one is actually ready to test themselves, when they're ready to test their limits. Because the Five of Wands is a card of practice. It's a card of facing oneself in order to grow. And so it's where you sort of, you put yourself out there, right? You put yourself into situations that will require you to grow. And so, yeah, test you with the Five of Wands. You have the Nine of Swords here in your current energy. Yeah, and I think it's because it's, the Nine of Swords can be this rumination, like this anxiety, restlessness, ruminating on something. It's when you have a lot of ideas. It's when you sort of know what you need to do, but in a way we can overthink it. Or feel like or wait too long. But I think this Hierophant, as your advice is saying here, no, like now's the time to move forward here with the wisdom. If anybody is going to be teaching and leading the collective, what I feel with this Neptune transit being in Aries, I would say Aries, of course, but I would also say Pisces. If you're unsure, well, let's clarify. We'll come back to that. You have the Page of Wands, though, here in the future position for the month of April. Yep. I mean, the Page of Wands is all about new things that you're going to be beginning here. These are things that I feel like you will enjoy, and these are things that do bring a lot of pleasure here. You know, the Nine of Swords is when we're trying to answer a lot of questions first in our mind, right? The Moon card, the Moon is the mind, right? People think it's Mercury. It's part of the mind, but the Moon is the mind. The Nine of Swords is the mind and the thoughts in the mind and the restlessness, anxiety. And I think there's been a lot of things that you've been questioning, a lot of things that maybe you've been overthinking, a lot of things that you've been trying to figure out. But I think here you're starting to ask questions last here. I think you're starting to just put things into motion, Page of Wands. And I think that's definitely what Neptune and Aries is going to do for us. Because Aries, like I said, is about initiation, self-determination, and it brings courage, strength, and bravery. And the Page of Wands, well, he's ready to go on the adventure, right? So it's the courage, the strength, and the bravery here being found to pursue one's desires, to pursue what one wants to create. Because Neptune being in Pisces, it can almost feel, because Pisces is inconclusive, so it can, with Neptune being there, it's just constantly sort of going inward and seeking these deeper things. But Neptune coming in Aries is the external. It's the extroverted energy. So I think here that this is you kind of, it's this built up fucking, all this shit that you've been taking in. And now I feel with Neptune switching signs and coming into Aries, this is you like directing it outwardly, right? That's that Five of Wands, like that build up of tension. You have the Page of Swords here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. Yeah, Page of Swords says just start wielding your ideas into motion. You don't have to have it all figured out, right? Page of Swords is just saying whatever it is that you're curious about, examine it, go into it. It's interesting. I'm seeing almost like 9 things you want to master here. I don't know why 9's coming through, but it's like 9 things you want to master. And maybe that'll make more sense in the month of April. Something about the number 9 or 9 things or something like that. And I think that's what you're doing here with the Three of Pentacles being here in the position of something you're unaware of. Or sorry, this is in the outcome position. Yeah, and Three of Pentacles in the outcome is a job well done. It's when one really has found a solid structure and medium for their gifts or for their work in general, right? That allows for them to build. So this looks good. I'm going to clarify your reading here. Clarify the moon here for the overall. Clarify the moon card for the overall energy. You pulled the Hangman, which is the archetype of Neptune. So there it is. The overall vibe here. Yeah. I also pick up this energy too, Pisces. There's going to be a lot that you're going to be learning about the shadow and like the unconscious, subconscious. The Hangman, the moon card is about the subconscious, unconscious, and it's the enlightenment that is gained through sort of going into the underworld, going into the shadow, going into these parts of your psyche here that you, if you want to say, and just becoming a lot more, becoming enlightened here. There's these higher enlightened states here that I see you really tapping into. I'm trying to think what's going on in your 12th. Well, you have Pluto there. Yeah, let's see. Let's keep going. Clarify the Five of Wands in your current energy. You pulled the Two of Swords here. Yeah, Two of Swords is when you're waiting too long on the fence. It's when you've been debating too long. Five of Wands is sort of when there's that, it's time to do what it is that you need to do. Also, too, I think you're trying to find more balance here in your life, Two of Swords. And I think with this Five of Wands, it's more so what needs to be balanced out is the extroverted side, is the yang energy. Like more yang energy needs to come in. Right, in order to have the balance, maybe it's been too yin. Clarify the Nine of Swords. Clarify the Nine of Swords in your current energy. Or sorry, the challenge, damn. Five of Swords. Yep. Clarify the Hermit as the advice. You have the King of Swords. Yep. God, you have a lot of ambitions. Yeah, I feel like your challenge has been, it's almost you faced defeats or failures or setbacks, and that has just made you just doubt yourself, Nine of Swords. But your advice is saying, like, or maybe you're just doubting yourself in general. The Hermit, King of Swords, though, as your advice is saying, no, like you there's no reason to doubt yourself. You have the Hangman with the King of Swords, the Hermit. You've obtained the deep knowledge. Like, you've obtained everything it is that you need to know. Now the King of Swords is just about putting it into motion. let's clarify the Page of Wands in the future. You have 2 cards. You have 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups here. One thing I see here is that I feel like you're allowing yourself to dream again. Pursue your dreams, Page of Wands. The reason why I say that is because the 8 of Cups is Saturn and Pisces. The 9 of Pentacles is Virgo, or Venus and Virgo. So there's an integration and polar opposites that are trying to come together when it comes to the practical and the ideal, practical and the imagination, practical and the spiritual. And this is the bringing it together, right? Venus and Virgo being, you want to be able to create something that is practical, right? That will enhance your lifestyle, enhance maybe the lifestyles of others. The 8 of Cups is Saturn and Pisces. So it's kind of testing you here, though, to open up to being more ideal, like your imagination, your dreams, and your visions, and trying to figure out a way in which you can create through your imagination. Does that make sense? That it doesn't have to be, that it doesn't always have to be so rigid. Like you can allow yourself to bring in all these new types of ideals and concepts into your practical everyday life and into your work itself, into your lifestyle itself. And I think that's what you're doing, that you're feeling very motivated and encouraged to do here with the Page of Wands being in the future and throughout the month of April. Clarify the 3 of Pentacles in the outcome. You pulled the Page of Pentacles here, yeah. And by doing that, it's all coming together. The 3s represent union, right? So it transcends duality. It becomes one, right? The 2 is duality. So this is the mind, body, and spirit all coming together and manifesting into the physical. And you're seeing tangible results. And you could even be getting like a job well done here, or recognition, or you could even be like people are coming to you for service. Like they're interested in what it is that you do. Clarify the Page of Swords. We have the 4 of Pentacles here. Yeah, where your power lies is your intellect. You already have all the answers, I feel. Now it's just about, Page of Swords is about, okay, well, taking the information and using the power of your intellect with the 4 of Pentacles. So like your ideas they're very sharp, they're very good. Your way of expressing things, communicating things, relating things is a gift that you have, and where your power really lies. You will find, I think you're going to find a lot of comfort this month. I feel like uncertainty and unpredictability, for some reason, Pisces, has been something that's been stressing you out. But it's interesting because what I see you finding comfort with is knowing that the wisdom that you have and the knowledge that you have, the experience that you have, and just your ability to trust yourself no matter what comes up, no matter what happens. I feel like you're finding a lot of comfort with that. Because you know you can rely on the things that you know. Even if there's uncertainty about things. But also a spiritual teacher as well. Hierophant, King of Swords, Moon, the Hangman would be that you're helping to guide other people that are lost, right? The Moon. And so this would be you, I feel, really getting proactive with that Five of Wands and engaging here, and like really guiding and mentoring and teaching others even more. So that is the message that I got here for you, Pisces. I'm gonna leave your reading here. I appreciate you for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me, again, that link is down below in the description. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. And yeah, if you need any confirmation, direction, clarity, you can ask me any question as well with the personal reads. I'm definitely here for you. And yeah, Pisces, if you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and I will see you later.